Gentlemen, my name is Dr. Leonard Coldwell. I am worldwide known as Dr. C. I have, based on 3 independent studies done, the highest cancer cure rate in the world of 92.3%. I'm doing my job now for nearly 50 years. I decided to give you for free the information I learned and gathered while working with 66,000 patients, of which were 35,000 cancer patients, working with 8 million live seminar attendees, having 25 best-selling books in 29 languages, 900 million books sold worldwide, and the response from my readers, as well as my successes and my failures. I can tell you there is a solution for every problem in a human's life. I created the instinct-based medicine system because I believe the only person that can make you sick is you, and the only person that can cure you is you. I believe our instinct is God or the universe or the nature talking to us. However you want to see this, I don't want to give this any form of religion or religious touch. I'm raised and born Christian and believe in God, but not anymore in organized religion. So get that out of the way from the beginning. I believe that God speaks to us every single day to what we call our inner voice, what I call our instinct. That's why I called my system the IBMS system, standing for Instinct-Based Medicine System. I started out as a young boy with the ambition to become a lawyer and fight for the innocent. But when I was 7 years old, my mom developed liver cancer. And when I was 12 years old, she had liver cancer, hepatitis C, liver cirrhosis, and a fatty liver with a prognosis of 6 months to live. I have to tell you that all 7 siblings of my mom died of cancer. All 4 grandparents of mine died of cancer. My father died of cancer, and even my stepfather died of cancer. And about 50 years ago, I made a deal with God. And I said, God, if you help me to cure my mom, I will spend the rest of my life to help other parents and their children not to have to go through what my mom and I had to go through. The emergency doctor, sometimes twice a day, shooting painkillers into her so that she could scream a little bit less. My dear friends, my mom lived after she was supposed to die about 50 years ago until this year. My mom just died a couple of weeks ago from an accident. But she lived all this time completely healthy and had no health problems of any kind except some back problems based on an accident that happened to her and broke her L4, L5 vertebra. So basically the tailbone part of her spine. But otherwise, she was perfectly healthy. I have learned that every cancer is curable and that is not every patient that is curable. There's a lot of people that are not willing to do their part to get and stay healthy. Many people, when they are scared to die, they got the diagnosis from their doctor, you have cancer and you have a year to live, 3 months to live, whatsoever. Then they do what they know they should do or what experts are telling them to do. The second they are out of fear of dying and out of pain, they usually go back to their normal behavior. So they recreate the problem that just went away or started to go away. But I know that if God creates a problem, if nature creates an illness, it creates the possibility for a cure. But the cure is you. If you eat too much bad stuff and too much, you will probably develop diabetes or any kind of cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, you will gain weight, and you get all the problems that are coming with obesity. Without you changing your eating habits, that cannot change. There is no magic pill. There is no magic surgery, even if the advertisement industry tries to make you believe that there is. There is not. We create our problems. It is not like you usually, obese people tell me often, oh, I have a bad thyroid, that's why I'm so overweight. But I believe they ate too much, got overweight, and killed their thyroid function based on that. I don't believe, and based on my personal observation, believe that the thyroid problem came first. I think the obesity or eating, really, really bad eating habits came first. Same with diabetes. I have a friend who had a natural health, nutrition, and food company. And he had observed that diabetics that stay diabetics too, so develop diabetes, not when you're born with, that these kind of diabetics that develop diabetes along their life, if they stay 21 days on an all-vegetarian natural food diet, recovered. And in his opinion, all of them. I cannot prove this, I cannot disprove that, but on the other hand, this friend never lied to me. And he had no reason to lie to me. It was just a regular conversation. And he dealt with hundreds of thousands of customers every single day. So I believe if you have migraine headache, it's a breakdown of your physical nervous system. I believe that the main cause of cancer is mental and emotional stress. A life in fear, doubts, and worries. A life in compromises against yourself, meaning staying in a relationship you know it's wrong for you and is killing you in the whole meaning of the word, or staying in a job that you cannot bear anymore, that you cannot handle anymore. Every time you make a compromise against yourself, meaning doing something you know you shouldn't do, you don't want to do, but you still do it because you feel forced to do it, keep on doing it, will, in my experience, make you sick. The IBMS system, the instinct-based medicine system, is a science of identifying and eliminating the root cause of every negative result in a human's life. To me, I found out by becoming the most successful cancer patient helper of all times and the highest paid motivational speaker and the highest paid personal development speaker in the world, that cancer is cancer, something that goes seriously wrong in your life. And I believe there's no difference between cancer in your wallet, being broke, cancer in your relationship, being lonely or unhappy, cancer in your career, cancer in your life in any way, shape, or form, or cancer in your body. It's all the same thing. It has a cause, a root cause. And my IBMS system is the way to help you to find out what this cause is and how to eliminate it. The symptoms, the cancer in that case, disappears on its own in my experience. Of course, you have to do your part, and of course, you have to do everything necessary to get healthy and stay healthy, or get successful and stay successful, or create a perfect relationship or an optimum relationship and keep it going. You are the one. So my system is not for people that believe, Dr. Coldwell knows how to cure cancer patients, so I just do what he says and everything will be fine. No. You have to do everything I say. You have to use it, apply it. And I teach you, if you want me to, how to identify this root cause that makes you sick. And we can develop, or I can show you how to develop an action plan, how to get out of this. Let me explain to you what I believe, because cancer is caused by mental and emotional stress, in my opinion. 86% of all doctor visits and illness are scientifically proven, based on stress. So that leaves us with 14% for all the toxins in the air and the drinking water and in the skies, in the air, whatever it is. No, only 14%. So to get to this 86%, we have to identify what causes the stress. And in the case of cancer, you have to have chronic, ongoing stress, permanent stress to develop cancer, because every illness is based on lack of energy. And only if you stop this leak that's lacking the energy out of your life, out of your system, draining life out of you, only after you found it and you close this leak and make sure it stays closed, you have a chance to cure yourself, to get healthy and stay healthy. It's hard work. But since with my system is usually done by me or my IBMS coaches within 13 sessions, I think you can hang in there for 6 to 12 weeks and do the right thing to see what's going to happen. Anyway, you will take charge over your own life. You will find out who you really are, because IBMS means I lead you back to your perfection that you had when you were born. I lead you back to the true you before our environment and other people started to destroy us by saying, you're too small, you cannot do that, that's impossible. And as we all know from the Harvard study, up to the age of 18, we heard 184,000 times, no, that doesn't work, you cannot do this, you're too small, you're too big, you're too whatever. Just know you can't. I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. And you can do everything you want. You will be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, if you learn and apply the IBMS system from me. So my dear friends, it is on one hand easier than you think. On the other hand, you have to work it, so it's going to be tough on you. Let me explain to you how I see it, how cancer develops. Let's say you live with your mother-in-law, and she hates you and you hate her, and she lives in your household, in your apartment or house. And every time you come home, she's lurking on the window, pushing the curtain away and just waiting for you to step in to just attack you with, where have you been? You are 10 minutes late. Are you cheating on my daughter? What are you doing? Or on my son, whatever it might be. I don't really want to say it was him and her. I talk in general. It's the same thing for male and female. So, and she's, attacking you. And that happens every single day. After a week, you don't even want to go home anymore. After 2 weeks, you might sit half an hour in the car before you walk in. And that, my dear friends, is a huge cause of lack of energy, a huge cause of stress. So there she is now, after 4 weeks. Where are you coming from? I checked on you and I called and you have left the office an hour ago. And where have you been all this time? Excuse me. And excuse me, please. And now, after 2-3 months of this, you don't want to go home anymore. You might not even go home anymore. But anyway, you're going to develop probably stomach ulcers, because the body speaks in symbols. Stomach means short-term problems that you mentally, emotionally cannot digest in your own life. After 4 or 5 months of this, you develop colon cancer. Colon means long-term problems you cannot digest in your life. And now they can do chemotherapy, surgery, cut the colon out, give you a separate exit. You're still going to die of this cancer. Until the root cause, your mother-in-law, has not been eliminated. I always say jokingly in my seminars, you grab her on her butt and her neck and throw her out of the window and make sure that he doesn't come back in again. Your cure, your self-healing cannot happen. So that, my dear friends, is what we do in the IBMS with and through the IBMS system. We help you to identify the root cause of your problems, and we help you to develop an action plan, how to get rid of that root cause and how to rebuild your life. And I am going to give you with this information, with these videos that we are going to create and the live shows that we're going to have. I'm going to give you the fundamental knowledge of how to cure your life. I'm not talking about an illness. I'm talking about your life. Because IBMS is called the user manual for life or the cure for life. And if your life is cured, all your symptoms will disappear on its own, just believe me. Of course, you have to do the right things, and I don't want anybody to stop anything on treatment and therapy they are doing right now. And just learn what I have to say, try to analyze it, understand it, research it, read my book, The Only Cancer Patient Cures, my latest book. And we're going to republish it because the publisher wanted to make some changes. I have 25 mega best-selling books on the market, and every single book has been somehow manipulated, and I have to call it manipulated, through the publishers. And now we want the book about the only cancer patient cure, and there's only one, meaning your individual cure that you develop with my user manual. When you develop this cure, and you will be able to use it in your entire family, for your children, your spouse, whatsoever. I want you to have that book, so the way I have written that book and meant this book. And that's why we're going to republish it myself with all this information they took out. I really want you to go to my websites, drleonardcoldwell.com, drleonardcoldwell.com. Coldwell with an O, not with an A, please, like cold and well. This is my main site in English. I have a huge amount of websites because over time, over working in this field for about 50 years and producing success, there is something like that. And we have the site 40 years, drc.com, that will show you. You have to push the button to change it to English. It's in German because I'm originally from Germany, as you can hear. You will see that I'm on stage since I'm 14 years old. You will see the millions of live seminar attendees. You will see my books and book covers. You will see all the people hugging me on stage. It has been estimated that I hugged over 4 million people in my life, in my seminar career for 46, 48 years. And yes, I get stronger with every hug, and not the opposite. And I've never gotten sick from people hugging me. And I mean, you have to make up your own mind about these things. I just believe if you're happy, you're healthy. If you're happy and positive, how can you get sick? Have you ever seen somebody that got the flu or cold that was positive and strong and full of energy, vitality, and motivation and power, getting the cold or flu? I haven't. You have to be, in my opinion, worn out and tired and depressed to even be able to get sick based on the negative focus of your mind and the lack of energy in your body, mind, and spirit. So if you watch this channel on a regular basis, you will be able, without any cost, to learn what I learned and developed in the last 50 years. I give you everything I know over time. And we will talk about any form of autoimmune disease, and we will talk about everything financially that bothers you or could create being broke, or having constantly problems with relationships and loneliness and whatever it might be. So I believe, as the highest paid motivational speaker in the world and the highest paid personal development trainer, education speaker, I trained for nearly all the largest companies in the world. Like IBM and whatsoever. I helped also to build and create multi-billion-dollar companies that make billions and billions of dollars each month in growth. I helped to create the 33rd richest man in the world from being broke. He was 56 years old when we met, and he was 56 years old and he was broke. And in 11 years, he became the 33rd richest man in the world. I'm trying to make this video as easy to understand and as short as possible because it's only an introduction for the Dr. Coldwell Opinion.tv, for the Dr. Coldwell Opinion, how it's called on Roku. And I hope you will watch my live shows. I hope you send everybody to our website, drcoldwellopinion.tv, and on Roku, as I said, it's Dr. Coldwell Opinion, Dr. Coldwell Opinion, so three different words. And let's start a journey together to find out who you truly are, how you managed to mess up your life, like I did and everybody else did, and how to fix it. I can tell you, even without not knowing you, from the bottom of my heart, I love you because you're a seeker. You're seeking for answers and solutions. So therefore you are a winner. You are a champion, as I call it. Please go to my main website. Also, we have a supplement website. I helped to create the most potent and powerful supplement line in the world. It's all brand new, newest technology. It's champyschoice.com. Champy's Choice, you will see our Champy, and you will love him. Everybody does. And you will find programs like the perfect, and I have to say perfect, cleansing system, in my opinion. I developed it over 40 years ago, and it is so effective that it's in Austria. It's just a cleansing system, natural cleansing system. In Austria, declared as a therapeutic and has to be given only by prescription from an Austrian doctor. That's how crazy that is, but that's how effective this is. Basically, Otto Warburg and Max Planck have proven and gotten a Nobel Prize in medicine by proving cancer cannot exist, grow, or survive in an oxygen-rich, alkaline environment. Meaning, we have a pH scale that measures our alkalinity or our level of acidity, of acidosis. It goes from 0 to 14. 7 is neutral. If you are below 7, you're probably developing an autoimmune disease, osteoporosis, or other problems. You have to be on 7.36, slightly alkaline, based on the information from these Nobel Prize winners, to stay healthy and to make sure, if you have some kind of development of cancerous cells, that they cannot really spread or multiply in any way, shape, or form based on this information. So if you're alkaline, oxygen-rich, your body is slightly alkaline and oxygen-rich, you are on the way to better health no matter what. So because toxemia, self-toxification, and acidosis, being too acidic, are the causes for many, many, many physical problems. Most of all, osteoporosis, because the body pulls the calcium out of the bones to stay alkaline. The blood pH is always 7.36, otherwise we would die. So the body does everything to keep this there, pulling out the calcium out of your bones if you don't give it the right absorbable, bioavailable calcium. And the cheapest and best way is, for me and my patients, always has been silica, diatomaceous earth, however you want to call it, food grade, of course, aluminum free. And my patients always took 2 tablespoons in the morning in 8 ounces of water, and the same at night, twice a day. So basically 4 tablespoons of silica a day, food grade and aluminum free. I'm not telling you to do that, because in America you cannot tell anybody to do anything, no matter how good and right it is, without getting into danger to get sued. So I could actually help you or cure you from a lot of things within 3 weeks, but I'm not allowed to. So we're going this route of information and education, and then your research and applying whatever you think is the right thing for you, using your instinct. My dear friends, please visit my website, drleonardcoldwell.com. Visit us here daily and spread the word, and our website, drcoldwellopinion.tv. That was your Dr. Leonard Coldwell, or better known as Dr. C.